Leaders know that words have power. What they say can change the mood, inspire action, and make people believe in themselves. When you speak like a leader, your words become stronger, clearer, and more effective. Every leader, from business leaders to community leaders, uses words to guide others. They don't just talk, they speak with purpose. Imagine you're in a meeting. Your boss says, "We need to finish the project soon," but you don't feel confident. Now, imagine your boss says, "We will finish the project on time, and here's how we'll do it." The second way sounds stronger. It gives a clear direction and makes everyone feel more confident about the task. This is how leaders speak. To speak like a leader, you need to understand the value of your words. A leader chooses their words to motivate others. For example, instead of saying, "I think this is a good idea," a leader would say, "I believe this is the right decision." The second sentence is much stronger because it shows belief and confidence. People are more likely to follow when they hear confident words. Leaders also use words to make things clear. They explain things in a way that everyone can understand. If there's a problem, a leader doesn't just say, "This is a problem." They say, "This problem is important, and we have the solution. Here's how we'll fix it." This approach doesn't just show that the leader is smart, but that they care about solving the problem and moving forward. Another way leaders speak is by focusing on the positive. They don't focus on mistakes. Instead, they talk about what can be done to improve. For example, instead of saying, "This project is failing," a leader might say, "We've faced challenges, but we will work together to make it a success." This encourages everyone to keep going and not give up. When you speak like a leader, you also use words that inspire others. Imagine you're in a difficult situation at work and everyone is stressed. A leader would say, "We're going through a tough time, but together, we will overcome it. Let's focus on the solution." These words give hope and help the team stay motivated, even when things are hard. To speak like a leader, you need to practice using strong, clear, and positive words. Start by thinking about what you want to achieve. Then, choose words that will help others believe in the goal and take action. Don't just talk. Make your words count. Leaders also know how to motivate people with their words. For example, instead of saying, "This is difficult," a leader might say, "This is a challenge, but I know we can do it together." By changing a few words, the leader helps the team feel empowered and ready to face the challenge. Remember, the words you use can make a big difference in how people feel and act. If you want to speak like a leader, think about how your words can help, inspire, and motivate others. Speaking with purpose and confidence will help you lead in a way that makes a real impact. Leaders understand that the best way to communicate is to keep things simple. When you talk like a leader, you don't use long, complicated words. Instead, you use clear and simple language that everyone can understand. This makes it easier for people to follow you and trust what you say. Imagine you're in a meeting. If someone uses big words that no one understands, people might feel confused or disconnected. But when a leader speaks clearly and simply, everyone knows exactly what to do. For example, instead of saying, "Let's initiate a comprehensive review of the situation," a leader might say, "Let's look at the problem carefully and find the best solution." The second sentence is much easier to understand, and it sounds more direct. People will feel more confident following this kind of direction. Keeping things simple also helps make your message more powerful. When you use fewer words, each one becomes more important. Leaders don't waste time saying things that don't matter. They focus on what's most important. Instead of saying, "I think that maybe we should try doing this, but I'm not sure," a leader would say, "This is the best approach, and here's why." Simple words, clear message. Leaders also use simple language when they want to inspire people. Think about a sports coach talking to the team before a big game. Instead of talking about many different things, a great coach would keep it simple. Let's work together and play our best. This simple message is easy for everyone to remember, and it gives everyone the confidence to do their best. Simple language is also important when you're giving instructions. A leader needs to be clear so everyone knows what to do. For example, instead of saying, "We should consider all the variables before making a final decision," a leader might say, "Let's make the decision based on what we know now." This way, the team knows exactly what to focus on and can take action quickly. Leaders don't waste time on unnecessary details. They get straight to the point. In your own life, you can practice speaking simply by focusing on the key message you want to share. Don't get caught up in explaining every little detail. Think about what is most important and make sure everyone understands it. A good way to do this is by asking yourself, what's the main point? This helps you stay focused and makes your speech more effective. When you speak like a leader, you also encourage others to speak clearly. People are more likely to listen and respond to you if you make it easy for them to understand. You also show respect for their time and attention. This builds trust and makes people feel comfortable around you. When everyone speaks clearly and simply, the whole team works better together. In conclusion, speaking like a leader means keeping your language simple and clear. It's not about using big words or long explanations. It's about making your message easy to understand and giving people the confidence to follow your lead. By speaking simply, you show that you value clarity and respect the time of others. To speak like a leader, always focus on the main message and make it easy for others to understand and act on. A leader is not only someone who talks, but also someone who listens. Listening is a powerful skill that leaders use to understand their team, make better decisions, and build trust. When you speak like a leader, you must also listen like one. Listening carefully shows respect and helps you solve problems more effectively. Imagine you're in a meeting and your team is discussing a challenge. Instead of immediately offering your own solution, a great leader listens to everyone's ideas first. By listening, you gather important information that can help you make the best decision. Listening also helps you understand the feelings of others. If someone is upset or frustrated, you can recognize it and address the problem in a way that shows you care. When leaders listen, they are not just hearing words. They are trying to understand the deeper meaning behind what is being said. For example, if someone says, "I don't know if I can finish this project on time," a leader will listen carefully to the concern and respond by offering help or finding a solution. A leader might say, "Let's look at the timeline together and find ways to make it easier." This response shows that the leader not only heard the problem, but also cares about finding a way to solve it. Listening also builds trust. When people know you are listening to them, they feel valued. They feel like their opinions matter, and this makes them more likely to follow your lead. Imagine if a leader never listens to their team. People would feel ignored and unimportant. They would stop sharing ideas and become less engaged. But when a leader listens, it creates an environment where everyone feels heard and respected. One way to listen effectively is by asking questions. Asking questions shows that you are interested in what others have to say. For example, if someone shares an idea, instead of just saying, "That's a good idea," a leader might ask, "Can you explain more about how this will work?" This encourages further conversation and helps you understand the idea better. It also makes the other person feel that their thoughts are valuable. Leaders also listen to nonverbal signals. Body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice can tell you a lot about how someone is feeling. If someone seems quiet or distant, A leader might ask, "Is everything okay? Do you need help with something?" By noticing these nonverbal cues, leaders can address problems before they become bigger issues. In your own life, you can practice listening like a leader by giving people your full attention when they speak. This means putting down your phone, making eye contact, and focusing on what they are saying. When you listen actively, you show that you respect the speaker and are committed to understanding their point of view. Listening also helps leaders make better decisions. When you listen to everyone's opinions, you can see different perspectives and find solutions that work for everyone. This is especially important in a team environment where each person's input can make a difference. To speak like a leader, make listening a priority. When you listen carefully, you gain valuable information, build trust, and show that you care about your team. Leaders who listen well are able to guide their teams more effectively and make better decisions. By practicing active listening, you can become a leader who not only talks well, but also understands and connects with others on a deeper level. One of the most important qualities of a leader is the ability to stay positive, especially in difficult situations. Leaders know that a positive attitude can motivate others, boost morale, and inspire action. When you speak like a leader, you use positive language that encourages people and helps them stay focused on solutions, not problems. For example, imagine your team faces a big challenge. Instead of saying, "This is too hard, and we might not succeed," a leader would say, "This is a challenge, but we are strong enough to overcome it." The second statement is full of hope and optimism. It makes people feel that there is still a way forward, even if the situation seems difficult. Staying positive does not mean ignoring problems. It means focusing on the solutions and showing confidence that things will get better. When a leader speaks with positivity, they help others feel more confident about their abilities. People want to work with someone who believes in them. When you stay positive, you make others feel like they can succeed, no matter how tough things are. Leaders who focus on the positive create an environment where everyone feels motivated to do their best. Leaders also know that a positive attitude is contagious. When you stay positive, others around you will begin to feel the same way. If you walk into a room with a smile and say, "We can do this," people will start to believe it too. Positive words can change the energy in a room. They help people move from feeling discouraged to feeling empowered. One way to stay positive as a leader is to focus on what is going well. In every situation, there are things to be thankful for, and a leader points those out. For example, if a project is not going as planned, instead of focusing only on the mistakes, a leader might say, "We made a lot of progress, and we learned important lessons. Let's build on that." This helps the team stay motivated because they see that they are still moving forward, even if the results are not perfect yet. Another way to stay positive is by showing appreciation. When a leader acknowledges the hard work of their team, it makes people feel valued. For example, instead of just saying, "We need to work harder," a leader might say, "I appreciate all your hard work so far. Let's continue to push forward and finish strong." This positive reinforcement makes people feel good about their efforts and motivates them to keep going. Leaders also use positive language to reduce stress. If your team is under pressure to meet a deadline, instead of saying, "We're behind, and this is stressful," a leader would say, "We're doing our best, and I'm confident we can finish on time. Let's stay focused and keep moving forward." By focusing on what can be controlled, leaders help reduce anxiety and keep the team calm and focused. It's also important to stay positive in how you talk about others. Leaders never speak badly about their team members. Instead, they speak about others with respect and positivity. For example, instead of saying, "John didn't do a good job," A leader might say, "John is working hard, and we can support him to improve in this area." This creates an environment of support, not criticism. Finally, leaders understand that staying positive is not always easy, but it is necessary. There will always be challenges, mistakes, and setbacks. However, a leader knows that by staying positive, they can help their team move forward and face those challenges head-on. Leaders focus on the good things, and this keeps their teams motivated and ready to keep going. To speak like a leader, practice using positive language every day. Even in tough situations, choose to focus on what is going well and what can be done to improve. By staying positive, you will inspire others to do the same. Leaders know that a positive attitude can turn problems into opportunities and challenges into successes. As a leader, it's crucial to be clear about what you expect from others. When you communicate your expectations clearly, it helps everyone understand their role, work together, and achieve their goals. Leaders know that clear communication is the key to success. Without it, confusion and mistakes can happen, which can slow down progress. Imagine you are managing a team, and you say, "I expect good work from everyone." This is vague and doesn't tell anyone what exactly is expected. But if you say, "I expect everyone to finish their tasks by Friday, and the quality should meet the standards we discussed in the meeting," this is clear. Everyone knows what to do, when to do it, and the level of quality that is expected. Clear expectations help your team work better and with more confidence. When you speak like a leader, make sure to be specific about your expectations. Instead of giving general instructions like, "Do your best," try to be more precise. For example, "I want you to write a report with 3 key sections: background, analysis, and recommendations. It should be 1,000 words, and I need it by 5 p.m. tomorrow." This sets clear guidelines, so the person knows exactly what needs to be done and when. Leaders also explain the why behind the expectations. When people understand why something is important, they are more likely to care about doing it well. For example, instead of saying, "We need to meet this deadline," a leader would explain, "Meeting this deadline is important because it will allow us to start the next phase of the project on time and keep our clients happy." This helps everyone understand the bigger picture and stay focused on the goal. One way to ensure clarity is by writing things down. It can be easy to forget details or get confused if everything is only said once in a meeting. A leader will often follow up with an email or a written summary to confirm expectations. This way, everyone has a record to refer to, which reduces misunderstandings. When you speak like a leader, it's important to keep a written record of important tasks and expectations for yourself and your team. In addition to being clear, leaders also make sure to check in regularly. Simply telling someone what is expected is not enough. A leader will follow up to see if the person needs help or clarification. For example, if you've assigned a task, you can ask, "How is the project coming along? Do you need any support?" This shows that you care about their progress and are available to help if needed. Leaders also make sure that expectations are realistic. If you ask someone to do too much in too little time, they will likely feel stressed and may not be able to complete the task well. It's important to be mindful of people's time and energy. If you can see that an expectation might be too much, it's better to adjust it before the task begins. A great leader will always balance high expectations with the well-being of the team. Clear expectations also involve respecting people's strengths. A good leader will assign tasks based on each person's skills and abilities. Instead of saying, "Everyone should do the same task," a leader will say, "Based on your strengths, you're in charge of this part of the project, and I'm confident you will do a great job." This builds trust and makes each team member feel important. When you speak like a leader, always be direct, clear, and realistic about what you expect from your team. People appreciate knowing exactly what is expected of them, and it helps them focus on what matters. Clear expectations lead to better work, stronger teamwork, and a more successful outcome. As a leader, you set the tone for how your team communicates, works, and succeeds. One of the most important qualities of a leader is the ability to take responsibility. A leader never blames others when things go wrong. Instead, they take ownership of both their actions and the outcomes of their decisions. Leaders understand that their role is to guide the team and make tough decisions, but they also know that they must accept responsibility for the results, whether they are good or bad. For example, imagine a project at work fails to meet its goals. Instead of saying, "It was the team's fault," or "I wasn't given enough resources," a good leader would say, "This is my responsibility. I should have planned better, and we will learn from this mistake." This approach shows accountability and strength, and it builds trust. When you take responsibility, people feel that they can rely on you, and they will respect you for it. When you speak like a leader, take responsibility for both successes and failures. This shows maturity and integrity. It also encourages your team to do the same. If a leader takes responsibility for mistakes, the team will feel safe to make their own mistakes without fear of being blamed. This creates a culture of growth and learning where everyone can improve. Leaders also take responsibility for their decisions. If a leader makes a decision, they don't back down or blame others if it doesn't work out. Instead, they acknowledge it, learn from it, and take steps to correct it. For example, if a leader chooses a strategy that doesn't succeed, they might say, "This strategy didn't work as we hoped. Let's review it, figure out why, and adjust our approach moving forward." This response shows that the leader is willing to face the consequences and adjust plans accordingly. Taking responsibility also means acknowledging the efforts of the team. A leader does not take credit for the team's success alone. Instead, they share the credit with everyone involved. For example, after completing a project, a leader would say, "I'm proud of our team for working together to reach our goal." This shows humility and appreciation for the contributions of others. Another way leaders take responsibility is by admitting when they don't know something. It's easy to pretend to have all the answers, but a true leader will say, "I don't know the answer, but I will find out and make sure we have the information we need." This honesty builds trust and shows that the leader is willing to learn and grow alongside their team. Leaders also take responsibility for setting the right example. If a leader expects hard work, they must show it themselves. If a leader wants their team to be respectful, they must treat everyone with respect. By setting a strong example, leaders guide their teams to success. If a leader is late, unprepared, or dishonest, their team will follow that behavior, and the whole team will suffer. When things go wrong, leaders take action to fix the problem. Instead of ignoring issues or waiting for someone else to solve them, leaders act quickly to make things better. They might say, "We've faced a challenge, but we are taking the necessary steps to fix it," and then show how they plan to solve the problem. This shows leadership and control, and it encourages the team to follow their lead. In conclusion, speaking like a leader means taking responsibility for both the good and the bad. Leaders do not hide from their mistakes, but face them and work to improve. They show their team that it's okay to make mistakes, as long as we learn from them and keep moving forward. When you speak with responsibility, people will trust you, respect you, and follow your guidance. Leaders are known for making decisions. Being decisive is an important quality that sets great leaders apart from others. A leader does not hesitate or spend too much time thinking about a decision once they have the necessary information. They understand that decisions need to be made in a timely manner to keep things moving forward. When you speak like a leader, you show confidence in your choices and guide your team with clear direction. Imagine you are in a meeting with your team and there is a problem to solve. Instead of saying, "I'm not sure what to do, let's wait and see," a great leader would say, "Here's what I think we should do, and here's why." Being decisive helps avoid confusion. It tells the team exactly what needs to be done and gives them confidence to move forward. Leaders know that inaction can lead to missed opportunities and that they must take action to keep things moving. Being decisive also means making choices even when there is uncertainty. Not every decision has a clear right or wrong answer, but leaders don't let this stop them from making a choice. They weigh the pros and cons, consider the risks, and then make the best decision with the information they have. If the decision doesn't work out, a leader is not afraid to adjust. They learn from their mistakes and move forward. The key is making decisions quickly and with confidence, rather than waiting until the perfect solution presents itself. Leaders also communicate their decisions clearly. Once a decision is made, they ensure that everyone involved knows what is happening. For example, if a leader decides to change the deadline for a project, they clearly explain the new plan to the team. They might say, "After discussing the project timeline, I've decided to move the deadline to Friday. Let's make sure we meet that new goal." This communication helps avoid confusion and keeps everyone aligned with the decision. Another important part of being decisive is trusting your instincts. Leaders often face situations where there is no clear right answer. In these cases, a leader trusts their experience and intuition to make the best choice. They believe in their ability to handle challenges and trust that their decisions will lead the team in the right direction. Being decisive is also about avoiding unnecessary delays. Some people get stuck in overthinking and never make a decision because they are afraid of making the wrong choice. A leader understands that sometimes making a decision, even if it's not perfect, is better than doing nothing. They are comfortable with the idea that they may not have all the answers, but they are willing to make a choice and adjust if needed. Leaders also encourage their team members to be decisive. When someone on the team is unsure about a decision, a leader will guide them by showing confidence in their own decisions. For example, a leader might say, "I know it's tough, but trust yourself to make the best choice. I believe in your judgment." This encourages team members to develop their own decision-making skills and to take action rather than waiting for someone else to decide for them. In conclusion, speaking like a leader means making decisions quickly and confidently. Leaders don't wait for the perfect moment. They take action, make a choice, and move forward. They trust their instincts, communicate their decisions clearly, and help others feel confident in their choices too. Being decisive is a key trait of leadership, and by practicing it, you can lead your team toward success. One of the most powerful traits a leader can have is empathy. Empathy means understanding and sharing the feelings of others. It's the ability to listen to someone's concerns, understand their challenges, and respond in a caring and supportive way. Leaders who show empathy build strong relationships with their teams, and they create an environment where people feel understood and valued. When you speak like a leader, empathy helps you connect with others and build trust. Imagine you're working with a team member who is struggling to meet a deadline. Instead of simply saying, "You need to finish this on time," an empathetic leader would say, "I see you're having trouble with the deadline. Is there anything I can do to help? Let's talk about how we can make this easier for you." This shows understanding and gives the person the opportunity to open up about their difficulties. It also creates a supportive atmosphere where problems are addressed together. When you speak like a leader, showing empathy helps you understand the needs and feelings of your team. Leaders don't just care about getting results. They care about the people who help make those results happen. For example, if a team member is feeling stressed or overwhelmed, a leader might say, "I understand that this project is a lot to handle. Let's break it down into smaller steps and take it one task at a time." This helps reduce stress and shows the team member that the leader is there to help, not just to push for results. Empathy also means recognizing when someone is struggling but not vocalizing it. Some people don't always speak up when they need help, so a leader must pay attention to body language, tone of voice, and other nonverbal cues. For example, if a team member seems quiet or withdrawn, an empathetic leader would approach them and ask, "You seem quiet today. Is everything okay?" This small act of kindness can make a big difference, as it shows that you are aware of their emotions and care about their well-being. Leaders who are empathetic also build stronger teams. When people feel understood, they are more likely to trust their leader and collaborate effectively. An empathetic leader creates a safe space where team members feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, asking questions, and offering feedback. This leads to better communication, stronger relationships, and a more supportive work environment. Being empathetic also means acknowledging the emotions of others in positive and negative situations. For example, if a team member does something well, a leader should acknowledge their effort with empathy. "You did a great job on this project. Your hard work really paid off." Similarly, if a mistake is made, an empathetic leader will say, "I know this didn't go as planned, but we can learn from it. Let's figure out how we can do better next time." By offering both praise and constructive feedback in an empathetic way, leaders help others grow and improve. Empathy also plays a role in managing conflict. When two team members disagree, a leader with empathy will listen to both sides and help them find a solution. Instead of taking sides or ignoring the problem, the empathetic leader says, "I understand your concerns. Let's talk about how we can resolve this together." This shows that the leader is not just interested in getting things done, but in maintaining harmony and mutual respect within the team. In your own life, you can practice empathy by taking the time to really listen to others. Ask questions, show that you care, and acknowledge their feelings. For example, if a colleague is having a tough day, instead of simply saying, "It'll be fine," ask, "What's going on? How can I support you?" This small act of empathy can strengthen your relationship and create a positive environment. In conclusion, empathy is a vital leadership skill. It helps you build trust, improve communication, and create a supportive environment where everyone can thrive. By showing empathy, you become a leader who understands and cares for your team, and that makes all the difference. When you speak like a leader, practice empathy by truly listening, offering support, and understanding the emotions of others. A great leader knows that success is not achieved alone. One of the most important aspects of leadership is encouraging collaboration within a team. When you speak like a leader, you inspire people to work together, share ideas, and solve problems as a group. A leader who encourages collaboration creates an environment where everyone feels valued and motivated to contribute to the team's success. Imagine you are leading a project and everyone is working separately on their own tasks. The work might get done, but it will be harder and less effective. Now, imagine a leader who encourages collaboration by saying, "Let's all meet together to discuss our ideas and how we can help each other." This approach brings everyone together and creates a sense of teamwork. It allows team members to share their strengths and work together towards a common goal. When you speak like a leader, You make sure everyone knows that their ideas and contributions are important. You don't just focus on your own ideas. Instead, you actively ask for input from others. For example, instead of saying, "Here's how we're going to solve this problem," a leader might say, "What are your thoughts on how we can solve this problem? Let's brainstorm together." This encourages others to contribute, and it helps create a sense of ownership in the team. Leaders know that collaboration brings out the best in people. When team members work together, they can combine their skills and knowledge to come up with better solutions. For example, one person may have great ideas, while another has the technical skills to make those ideas happen. By encouraging collaboration, a leader helps the team work in harmony, using each person's strengths to their advantage. Collaboration also builds trust. When people work together, they begin to trust one another's abilities and ideas. A leader who encourages collaboration sets a good example by trusting their team and showing that they believe in everyone's potential. This trust is essential for creating a productive and positive working environment. Leaders also encourage collaboration by creating opportunities for people to work together. Instead of assigning tasks to individuals, they create projects that require teamwork. For example, instead of giving one person all the tasks for a project, a leader might say, "Let's divide this into sections, and each of you will be responsible for one part. Afterward, we'll come together to combine everything." This creates a sense of unity and encourages people to support one another. When people work together, they also learn from each other. Each team member brings different experiences and skills to the table. By encouraging collaboration, a leader helps people develop new ideas and approaches. For example, one team member might have experience in marketing, while another is skilled in technology. By sharing knowledge, everyone grows and learns something new. A leader who encourages collaboration also knows how to mediate and resolve conflicts. It's natural for differences of opinion to arise when people work together. However, a leader who encourages collaboration will listen to both sides, help everyone understand each other's viewpoints, and find a solution that works for the whole team. For example, if two people disagree on how to approach a task, the leader might say, "Let's discuss both ideas and find the best way to move forward." In your own life, you can practice encouraging collaboration by creating a space where everyone feels comfortable sharing their thoughts. When working on a team, ask for feedback, listen to others, and encourage everyone to share their ideas. By creating a collaborative environment, you will help the team work together more effectively and achieve better results. In conclusion, speaking like a leader means encouraging collaboration. By fostering teamwork, sharing ideas, and trusting others, you create an environment where everyone can contribute and succeed. Leaders who encourage collaboration build stronger, more successful teams and help everyone grow together. When you speak like a leader, make sure to always promote teamwork and create opportunities for everyone to contribute. Leaders speak with authority, but not in a way that is rude or overbearing. Speaking with authority means expressing confidence in your decisions, actions, and ideas. When you speak with authority, others listen, trust your judgment, and follow your lead. It's about showing that you know what you're talking about and are ready to take action. Speaking with authority helps you inspire confidence in others, and it's a key trait of great leadership. Imagine you are leading a meeting and need to make a decision. Instead of saying, "I think this might be a good idea," a leader who speaks with authority would say, "This is the best option, and here's why." The second statement shows confidence. It tells others that the leader has thought things through and believes in the decision. When you speak with authority, people feel reassured because they trust that you know what you are doing. To speak with authority, You first need to believe in what you're saying. If you are uncertain about a decision or idea, others will sense it. Confidence comes from knowledge and preparation. When you speak like a leader, you make sure you have the facts, the information, and the experience to back up what you say. For example, before speaking at a meeting, take the time to gather all the necessary details. This way, when you present your ideas, you speak confidently and with authority. Another way to speak with authority is by being clear and direct. Leaders don't use vague language or speak in circles. They say what they mean and get to the point. For example, instead of saying, "Maybe we could try something different," a leader would say, "We are going to try this approach, and I believe it will work," because being clear and direct helps others understand your message quickly and confidently. Leaders also speak with authority by being decisive. When a decision needs to be made, a leader doesn't hesitate. They take action and explain why they made the decision. Instead of saying, "I'm not sure what to do," a leader might say, "I've considered all the options, and this is the path we will take." When you speak like a leader, you show confidence in your choices, which helps others feel confident too. When you speak with authority, it's important to remember that authority is not about being bossy or controlling. A leader who speaks with authority also listens to others and values their opinions. It's about striking the right balance between confidence and humility. For example, after making a decision, a leader might say, "This is the plan we'll follow, but if anyone has concerns or ideas, feel free to share them." This shows that while the leader is confident in their decision, they are also open to feedback and collaboration. Speaking with authority also involves body language. When you stand tall, make eye contact, and use a clear, strong voice, you project authority without saying a word. Body language plays a big role in how people perceive you. A leader who speaks with authority uses confident body language to reinforce their message and show they mean what they say. For example, if you're giving a presentation, stand up straight, make eye contact with the audience, and speak clearly. This helps you appear more confident and in control. Leaders who speak with authority also avoid over-apologizing. Of course, everyone makes mistakes, and it's important to take responsibility when things go wrong. However, constantly apologizing or downplaying your ideas makes you seem unsure. For example, instead of saying, "I'm sorry if this idea doesn't work," a leader might say, "I believe this is a strong idea, and here's how we will make it work." This approach shows confidence in the idea and in yourself. Finally, speaking with authority means standing by your decisions. Even when faced with challenges or resistance, a leader does not back down from what they believe is right. Of course, a leader should always be open to listening and adapting, but they must also have the courage to stand firm when necessary. For example, if a decision is met with disagreement, a leader might say, "I understand your concerns, but after careful consideration, this is the decision we are going with." In conclusion, speaking with authority is a vital leadership skill. It's not about being loud or bossy. It's about expressing confidence in your ideas and decisions. When you speak like a leader, you communicate clearly, stand by your decisions, and inspire others to trust and follow you. By speaking with authority, you show that you are ready to lead and take responsibility for the direction you are guiding others toward. Great leaders understand the importance of teamwork, and they speak in a way that reflects this. Instead of saying "I" all the time, they use "we." When a leader says "we," it shows that they view themselves as part of the team, not above it. This small change in language helps create a sense of unity and shared responsibility. It reminds everyone that success is a team effort and that the leader is there to support everyone, not just give orders. For example, instead of saying, "I will make the final decision," a leader who uses "we" might say, "We will decide together as a team." This makes the decision feel more collaborative, and it helps others feel like they are part of the process. It also shows that the leader values input from the team and trusts them to be part of the decision-making process. Using "we" instead of "I" also helps a leader build trust with their team. It shows humility and makes the leader seem more approachable. When a leader speaks this way, it feels like they are saying, "We are in this together." This creates a sense of equality and partnership, which makes people more willing to follow the leader. In addition, using "we" can motivate a team to work together more effectively. If a leader consistently says, "We will do this," it encourages everyone to take responsibility. It's not just the leader's job to succeed, it's the whole team's job. This helps create a culture of shared responsibility, where everyone feels like they play a key role in achieving the team's goals. When you speak like a leader, focus on the team's achievements, not just your own. For example, instead of saying, "I did a great job on this project," you could say, "We did a great job together on this project." This shows that you recognize the efforts of everyone, not just yourself. It helps everyone feel valued and appreciated. Leaders also use "we" to build morale. If something goes wrong, a leader who uses "we" might say, "We've encountered some problems, but we will figure it out together." This communicates to the team that the leader is not blaming anyone. Instead, the leader is focused on working through the challenges as a group. It keeps the team united and focused on the solution. Using "we" instead of "I" also reflects a leader's confidence in the team. A leader who uses "we" trusts their team to contribute and succeed. It shows that the leader believes in the team's abilities and is ready to work alongside them to achieve the goal. In conclusion, speaking like a leader means using "we" instead of "I." It creates a sense of unity, shared responsibility, and trust. When you speak this way, you show that you value the contributions of your team and that you believe in their abilities. It helps create a culture of collaboration, where everyone is motivated to work together towards success. A key quality of great leaders is their ability to remain calm, especially in difficult or stressful situations. Leaders know that when things get tough, others will look to them for guidance. If a leader panics or becomes overwhelmed, it can cause fear and confusion within the team. But when a leader stays calm, it reassures the team, keeps everyone focused, and helps to find solutions more effectively. Imagine you are leading a project and suddenly things go wrong. Deadlines are missed, and there's a lot of pressure to fix the situation. If you panic and say, "This is a disaster, I don't know what to do," it can make everyone feel anxious and unsure. However, if you stay calm and say, "We've hit a setback, but we are capable of fixing this. Let's stay focused and find a solution," you show the team that you are in control. Your calmness will help others feel more confident and ready to tackle the problem. Leaders stay calm because they trust in their ability to handle challenges. When you speak like a leader, you remind others that problems are part of the journey, and they can be overcome with focus and determination. Instead of getting caught up in the stress, a leader focuses on the next steps and how to move forward. This kind of calmness helps everyone stay grounded and clear-headed, even when facing pressure. When you stay calm under pressure, you also make better decisions. If you are feeling stressed, your mind can become clouded, and you might make rash or poor decisions. But when you remain calm, you can think clearly and weigh your options. This helps you make the best decisions for the team and the situation. Leaders also stay calm by controlling their emotions. They understand that getting angry, frustrated, or upset will not help solve the problem. Instead of reacting emotionally, a leader takes a step back, stays composed, and deals with the situation in a thoughtful and level-headed way. For example, if someone on the team makes a mistake, a leader who stays calm will focus on the solution, not the problem. They will say, "Mistakes happen. Let's figure out how to fix this and avoid it in the future." This approach helps maintain a positive atmosphere and keeps everyone focused on solutions. Another way leaders stay calm is by taking a break when needed. Sometimes, when the pressure is high, it can be helpful to take a few minutes to breathe, step outside, or clear your mind. This helps you regain your focus and return to the situation with a fresh perspective. Leaders know that it's okay to take a moment to recharge, as it helps them stay calm and make better decisions. Being calm also helps leaders communicate more effectively. If a leader is stressed or panicked, they might speak too quickly or in a way that creates confusion. But when a leader stays calm, their words are clear and everyone can understand the plan of action. For example, if the team is facing a difficult task, a calm leader will say, "This is challenging, but we will get through it together. Let's break the task into smaller parts and focus on one thing at a time." In your own life, you can practice staying calm by taking deep breaths when you feel stressed or anxious. Focus on the present moment, and remember that staying calm will help you find solutions. When you stay calm, you also help those around you feel more relaxed and capable of handling challenges. In conclusion, staying calm under pressure is one of the most important qualities of a leader. When you speak like a leader, you communicate confidence, control, and clarity, which helps your team stay focused and motivated. Leaders who remain calm in difficult situations can solve problems more effectively, make better decisions, and inspire their team to keep going, no matter what challenges arise. Leaders speak with passion because they believe in what they are doing. When a leader talks with energy and excitement, they inspire others to feel the same way. Passion is contagious. It motivates others and makes them feel invested in the mission. When you speak with passion, your words become more than just instructions. They become a call to action. Imagine you are giving a speech to your team before a big project. Instead of saying, "Let's just try to finish this project on time," a passionate leader might say, "This project is important. We have the opportunity to create something amazing together. Let's give it our all and make it a success." This kind of energy shows the team that you truly believe in the project and that their efforts matter. When you speak with passion, it ignites enthusiasm in others, and they are more likely to follow your lead with excitement and commitment. Passion also shows that you care about the work and the people around you. When a leader speaks with passion, it's not just about achieving the goal. It's about inspiring others to feel a part of something bigger. A leader who is passionate about their vision will communicate that vision clearly, so the team understands why the work matters and how it will impact the future. When people understand the why behind their work, they are more likely to be motivated and do their best. Speaking with passion also builds trust. When others see how much a leader cares about the project or the team, they are more likely to trust them. Passion shows that you are committed and dedicated to the cause. For example, if you are leading a fundraising campaign, speaking with passion about the cause can encourage others to get involved. If you sound excited about the mission, people will be more inclined to support it. Leaders use passion to push through challenges and obstacles. When things get tough, a passionate leader reminds the team of the bigger picture. Instead of focusing on problems, they focus on solutions and possibilities. For example, if a project is facing delays, a leader with passion might say, We've hit a bump in the road, but we're not giving up. We have what it takes to overcome this challenge and finish strong. This kind of passion shows resilience and encourages the team to keep moving forward, even in difficult times. Speaking with passion also means being genuinely excited about your team's success. A leader celebrates victories, both big and small, with enthusiasm. This motivates the team to keep working hard. For example, instead of just saying, "Good job," a passionate leader might say, "Wow, you did an amazing job. Your hard work paid off, and I'm so proud of you." This kind of praise shows that you care about your team's success and that you appreciate their efforts. To speak with passion, you need to truly believe in what you're saying. Leaders who speak with passion do not fake enthusiasm. Their excitement comes from within. They are genuinely invested in their work and in their team's success. To practice speaking with passion, find something you care about deeply, whether it's your work, a project, or your team. Speak about it with energy and let that passion shine through in your words. In your own life, speaking with passion can help you become more confident and persuasive. Whether you're giving a presentation, leading a meeting, or just talking to someone, showing your passion for the topic will make your words more powerful and engaging. Passion helps others feel connected to your ideas and motivated to follow your lead. In conclusion, speaking with passion is an essential trait of leadership. It inspires others, builds trust, and motivates people to take action. When you speak with passion, you show that you care about the work, the people, and the mission. Passion helps you push through challenges and creates a positive energy that drives success. To speak like a leader, always let your passion show through in your words. Honesty is one of the most important qualities of a leader. A leader who is honest builds trust and respect with their team. When you speak like a leader, you don't hide the truth or try to cover up mistakes. Instead, you are transparent and straightforward. Honesty in leadership helps create a strong foundation for relationships, communication, and teamwork. Imagine your team is facing a problem and you don't have all the answers. Instead of pretending that everything is fine or giving vague promises, an honest leader would say, "I don't have all the answers right now, but we will figure this out together." This approach shows the team that you are not afraid to admit when things are uncertain. It also encourages everyone to come together and work as a team to solve the problem. Honesty also means giving feedback in a clear and respectful way. When leaders need to correct mistakes, they do so in a constructive manner. For example, instead of saying, "You did this wrong, and it's your fault," a leader who speaks honestly would say, "There was a mistake in this part of the project. Let's look at what went wrong and find a way to fix it together." This approach focuses on the solution, not the blame. It helps people learn from their mistakes and grow rather than feeling discouraged or blamed. When you speak like a leader, you are honest even when the truth is difficult to hear. It's not always easy to deliver bad news or to admit that something has gone wrong. However, a great leader knows that honesty is important for maintaining trust. For example, if a project is delayed, an honest leader might say, "I know we said this would be finished by today, but we need more time. Here's why, and here's what we will do to make it right." This shows that you are not making excuses, but instead taking responsibility for the situation and keeping the team informed. Being honest also means setting realistic expectations. Leaders who are honest do not promise what they cannot deliver. For example, instead of saying, "We will finish everything by Friday," a leader might say, "We will do our best to finish as much as possible by Friday, but we may need more time for some parts." This approach is more realistic and helps prevent disappointments later on. Honesty in expectations helps the team plan and manage their time better. Another important aspect of honesty in leadership is being open about your own mistakes. Leaders who admit their mistakes show that they are human and willing to learn. For example, if you make an error in a decision, an honest leader will say, "I made a mistake, and here's what I'm doing to fix it." This creates an environment where others feel comfortable admitting their mistakes and learning from them as well. Honesty also builds trust in a leader's decision-making. When people trust you, they are more likely to follow your guidance and support your decisions. If you have built a reputation for being honest, your team will feel confident in your leadership, even during difficult times. People respect leaders who are truthful and straightforward, and they are more likely to give their best effort in return. In your own life, you can practice honesty by being open and truthful with others. Whether in the workplace, with friends, or at home, being honest will help you build stronger relationships. When you are honest, people will trust you more, and they will know that they can rely on you. In conclusion, speaking like a leader means being honest in all situations. Honesty builds trust, promotes learning, and creates a positive environment for teamwork. A leader who speaks honestly earns the respect of their team and guides them toward success. When you speak with honesty, you show that you are trustworthy and dependable, and that you care about the truth, no matter how difficult it may be to face. One of the best ways to speak like a leader is by ending your conversations and messages with a clear call to action. A leader doesn't just talk about problems or ideas. They guide their team on what to do next. When you speak like a leader, you make sure that everyone knows what the next steps are and feels motivated to take action. Imagine you're at the end of a meeting. The team has discussed a problem, and everyone is ready to solve it. Instead of just saying, "Let's try to figure this out," a leader would say, "Let's each take one step today. I'll handle the planning. Sarah, you take charge of the research, and John, you can reach out to the client for feedback." This clear direction tells everyone exactly what their role is and what they need to do. A call to action makes the next steps feel achievable, and it encourages everyone to act immediately. Ending with a call to action also motivates your team. It gives them a clear purpose and helps them feel like their work is important. Leaders know that if people are unsure of what to do next, they can waste time or become distracted. By ending with a strong call to action, you give the team something concrete to focus on. For example, "We've made great progress today, but now let's focus on finishing the first draft by Friday. Let's meet at 3 p.m. tomorrow to check on our progress." This gives the team a clear goal and timeline, which helps keep everyone on track. When you speak like a leader, your call to action is not just about telling people what to do. It's about inspiring them to take ownership of their tasks. For instance, instead of saying, "You need to finish this project by Friday," a leader might say, "I know you're capable of completing this project, and I'm confident that we will get it done by Friday. Let's give it our best effort." This approach gives people the confidence to act and succeed. A great leader also tailors their call to action to the situation. If the team is facing a challenge, the call to action should focus on problem solving. For example, if a project is falling behind, a leader might say, "We are behind, but I believe we can catch up. Let's divide the tasks more efficiently and check in every 2 hours to make sure we're on track." This type of call to action helps focus the team on finding a solution. When leaders give a call to action, they make sure to show appreciation as well. For example, after a team has worked hard to achieve a goal, a leader might say, "I'm proud of the work we've done so far. Let's finish strong and take this to the next level." This positive reinforcement helps everyone feel motivated and appreciated. People are more likely to work hard when they know their effort is noticed and valued. A strong call to action is also about giving the team a sense of urgency. When a leader speaks with urgency, it shows that the task at hand is important and time-sensitive. For example, let's make this happen before the end of the week. We're on the right track, but we need everyone's full attention to finish on time. This creates a sense of focus and commitment among the team. In your own life, you can practice giving a clear call to action by setting specific goals for yourself and others. If you're leading a group or working on a project, make sure that everyone knows what they need to do next. This helps people stay focused, reduces confusion, and increases the chances of success. By setting